welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are viewing the robots I have built, modified and upgraded in March. Now, there are a total of 9 robots I have built over this month. There's obviously going to be 3 categories this month. There are going to be the new builds, there are going to be the Lego replicas, then there's going to be the toys from the year blank. Right, so we're going to start off with the first one, which is the group of 4 robots that I have made completely from scratch from my own ideas. Now, number 1, these robots do not have names, so I don't know what I'm going to call them, so please leave some suggestions down in the comments below. Now, I think this one is a bit not copied, but designed after World of Woodrow's Mickey Mouse, whatever it's called, I forgot really, Mickey Mouse something. Yeah, it's got a lifter on the front. Yeah, it's got a little lifter to overturn sort of ropes and such. The little forks here can be used sort of both ways really to sort of grapple. I'm just going to use Chaos 2 here as an example. So get underneath him sort of and then just lift him over. Go. Yeah, there's that. He's quite strong. 2 layers to him. Obviously lift from both sides if he's good enough, but which he can't obviously. Yeah, pretty strong. So that is our first robot. Now, our second robot is kind of copying Slammo's sort of weaponry, I think. I'm from the UK, so any BattleBots knowledge is going out the window. So yeah, this is Slammo's sort of. It's not Slammo, but you know, Slammo's sort of weaponry. It's a grabber. These 2 claws come over and it lifts like that. It has 2 wheels at the back. Very shoddy build, so it's going to fall apart within seconds. Now we're going to demonstrate its lifting with, again, Chaos 2. Stick them on there, grab him, hold him down with your fingers or whatever. Do it this way, it'll be better, easier. And you can pick him up. And just show him around and drop him, or even just toss him. Yeah, it does have a little bit of an issue where it can get stuck on its bodywork because it's not 100% straight. But for now, that's what we're going to see. Obviously, keep on dropping names down in the comments for either one. So Robot 1 for that one, Robot 2 for this one, 3 and 4, etc. Yeah, that's number 2. Right, now moving on to number 3, we have another grabber. This is sort of like a penguin sort of design. Can run on a toolway sort of thing, or can run on its back with its sort of axe / grabber on sides. Now obviously we're going to demonstrate it using, you guessed it, Chaos 2. So get in underneath him, get him stuck in, and then pull him back. That's it. While he's like that, you can turn around and sort of drop him in a pit, if you really wanted to. And obviously he reminds me a bit like, he's a bit like something. Where you can just get his axe stuck in the floor or something, or even be like beached by having his weapon underneath him, getting him stuck, whatever, you know. So yeah, that's number 3. Obviously, names are able to be suggested in the comments once again. Number 3, I said number 2 because number 2 is actually fell on the floor. Right, number 4. Sorry, number 4. This is unnamed again. This is like a little sort of scoop where press the button in the top here, which will cause the scoop to fly up very fast depending on how you push it. You can push it like really slow or really fast. It's got its little wedgelets on the back, got some holes for like spikes of Technic or whatever, you know, all that. Lifter. So yeah, good ground clearance. We're going to show off it's with KS2, obviously. Flipping it over, quite great thing. Not really for like carrying sort of things, but good for like tossing other things around really. That's number 4. And that is doing it for that category. We've still got 2 more categories to go. Now these are the Lego sort of replicas. These are just replicas of, in this case, BattleBots machines. Now, obviously we're going to start off with the first one, which is Blacksmith. Blacksmith, obviously, with the hammer. And scoop at the front, which I've taken from the toy to be removable. So damage or whatever, you know. Will fall apart with a few hits from like a blade or anything. So yeah, it's just Blacksmith in Lego form really. It's obviously it's got its side struts down the side for its scoop. Its axe is quite hefty, so it's going to do quite a bit of damage. It's very thick sort of things here. So yeah, it's Blacksmith. There's nothing really else I can say. It's just Blacksmith. Right, and onto the second and last replica. Again from BattleBots. We have a sort of Lego-y Technic sort of thingy, free shipping, which I'm going to call it free postage, as I'm in the UK. Might as well be a UK version of free shipping. Obviously it has its little lifter, and it has a flamethrower in there, and a little self-lighter on the top here. I hope it's self-light. And the cab at the back here, that was built really quickly. Just wasn't really thinking of that, so it's surprising it came out this good. Now wheels are smaller at the back than they are at the front. If you can see that, probably not. No, you can't. But yeah, if I lift it up a bit, maybe you can see them just in there. Those are like bigger, but thicker in diameter or whatever. Yeah, obviously the self-lighter could be used as like a little catch or something. Pull it up, keep it as that high or something. You know, that's all it's mainly used as self-lighter, but that's that really. Got some self-lighting, stabilising poles, let's call them that. Yeah, this one and this one were made out of the same set, so it might have been a sacrifice, but I'm proud of the result of both of these machines. Yeah. Yeah, that's our last replica, and now we are on to the toys. So, these have been collected, well, this is a BattleBots toy that has been collected from eBay. Ooh, good eBay. Obviously, the UK version of eBay, which makes it a bit harder to get BattleBots toys. But anyway, this is the BattleBots sort of clash thingies. Again, I'm in the UK. It's got its disc, which I think it was supposed to be like connected from like a cable sort of like there into the motor where as you pushed it forward, because it's got a friction motor in it. It would spin the blade, the drum. And it's missing one of its little horns here on the front, and obviously as it's one of the clash and bash thingies, as the front is pushed, the tracks and little sort of, well, whatever it is, pops up. Yeah, a light tap will cause the trim to come up, and then a hard push will cause the tracks to come up. I don't know if that's a design thing or it's just a problem with my robot. So yep, that's El Diablo, which is a BattleBots toy from whenever. Yeah, on to the next one. Now, these two are the RoboWars pullbacks, which have been modified. So we're going to start off with from smallest to biggest. These are two robots as well, and the first one we have is Firestorm. Obviously you can't see it that well, but you can see it a bit like that. You can see I put sort of plexiglass on it which is just plastic from the BattleBots arena sets. Obviously, the bit to stop bits coming in your noggin or whatever. That's it, those have been all spread across it. Don't really like how it's become white in certain places, but I'm sure that'll go away with some heat gun. Now, as I've put plastic on it, it's lower to the floor, so it can get underneath, well, it's like blacksmith or whatever, you know, get on the top of them over. Now, as Zach07 had repaired one of these in his early days on YouTube, I've also painted it, the inside of it black, and the gas canister red. That's that way, basically. Covered the broken antennae with red Sharpie, and the bottom with red Sharpie as well. So, and replaced the pullback in it, because, well, I haven't replaced it, but tried to fix it because it's a bit wobbly. You spin it. But yeah, that's Firestorm. Right, now on to the second one, which is the biggest repair I've ever done on some sort of robot. Now, this is Mr. Psycho. Yeah, this came from eBay, so it was very smashed up. And so we're going to start on the bottom. Now the bottom, the tracks had come off and smashed up into pieces, which you can still see results of there. That's meant to be straight, sort of thing. Yeah, so I had to take some tracks off of Kill-A-Lot and just slap them on the bottom with some tape. I was going to put some super glue, but there's nothing in to stick them onto, really. There's just nothing on the bottom of it. So it's just stuck on with tape. That'll do. Now moving on to the claw. This was the least broken part of him. Just was splitting apart. So I put some good old tape on the back of it as well. Yeah, and we move to the biggest job. This is the hammer. The hammer was stuck in place, so I had to break it off and fix it using Lego. Yep. So yeah, obviously it swings down now. Actually does it damage. And see, obviously in there, there's a bit of Lego Technic sat there for where the pin on the side of the hammer goes through, and it's held with a paperclip, a yellow paperclip, which definitely blends in. Shut up. Obviously, as it goes back, it didn't have something to rest on, so I made it out of Technic as well. This is obviously just a Technic pole, super glued into the hole that was there already, and a Lego steering wheel. Just to give it some more holding or whatever. Yeah, I'm always free to fix your Mr. Psycho. Yeah, that's Mr. Psycho. And with that, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like and subscribe.